So the SG1603 has turned out to be an incredibly popular little RC drifter. Now you may be wondering, why am I doing yet another video on it? Well, today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new brushless, ready to run version, which is now on sale. Welcome back to the channel. So yes, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new brushless ready to run version of the Pinecone models SG1603. Now I've done quite a few videos on the SG1603 on my channel. I actually reviewed the brushed version of this very truck about 4 months ago, and I really enjoyed it, and I actually said it was the most amount of fun I'd had so far in 2021. Now Pinecone models obviously listen to what people wanted. A lot of people have done brushless conversions on theirs. I actually did a brushless conversion on mine as well, and if you didn't see that video, I will leave a link in the description below. But they were obviously listening, which is why they now offer a brushless version ready to go out the box. Now essentially this looks exactly the same as the brushed version. The only major difference is the power system. This is now running a 3900 kV brushless motor and a 25 amp brushless ESC. Now, instead of me recording loads of new footage, I am going to be a little bit lazy today, and I'm going to use some of the clips from the original video. But like I said, this is essentially exactly the same as the brush version, which is why it would sort of work on today's video. Now, the way we're going to do this is we're going to take a look at what you actually get included in the box, because essentially you get exactly the same stuff that you get with the brushed version. We're then going to take a look at the body shell, because that is one of the main selling points, I think, for this little drift car. We'll then take a look at the LED lights, because they are very, very nice on these. And then we'll have a look under the body shell. We'll see what's different on the brushless version compared to the brushed version, followed by a little test run. So let's not waste any more time. Let's roll that original intro. So there you go then. So if you haven't seen the SG1603 before, I really hope that intro gives you a little idea as to how good this thing actually looks. Now we're going to take a look at what you actually get included in the box. We'll talk a little bit more about some of the features on the car, and then we'll get it out for a test run. Now we'll start with the charger. It is a USB charger. It's pretty standard stuff that usually comes with these cheap models. Is a USB charger, and that does charge the included lithium-ion battery, and I believe this will also charge a normal LiPo as well. So this should get you going. If this is your first ever RC, this will do the job. We'll take a look at the battery. It is a 1200 milliamp lithium-ion battery. It is not a LiPo. It is actually a lithium-ion battery, and that is a 2S. It's quite nice. You do get a set of drift tyres in the box. These are pretty much all plastic compared to the rubber ones. So this does actually come with a little toolkit as well. You do get a screwdriver, some spare links, a little cross wrench there for your wheel nuts, and some spare body clips as well. Quite a nice little addition. A lot of ready to run RCs do actually come with a little tool bag such as this. It's always nice to see, and it is also nice to have some spare body clips, because if you're anything like me, I do lose a lot of them. Okay, so taking a quick look at the instruction manual, this is one of the nicer ones I've actually seen. A lot of the time on these cheap models, you do find the instruction manuals are just black and white. This is actually full colour, and it is in quite a lot of detail as well. This actually took me by surprise, and I do really like the level of detail they've actually gone to with this one. As you can see, it is printed in full colour. It does show you what you actually get in the box again. It also covers pretty much, your basic sort of procedure, how to get yourself up and running, how to charge the battery, all that good stuff. Also covers, you know, all your transmitter settings as well, how to adjust the gyro on the transmitter, how to fit the batteries. You know, this is good for someone who is potentially quite new to this hobby, or this potentially is their first model. It's definitely going to give you enough information to get you up and running. But yeah, very, very nice. As you can see, it is in a huge amount of detail. So you can actually adjust how you want the LED lights from the actual controller itself. I'm going to show you that in more detail very soon when I actually reveal the truck. But again, you can see the level of detail they've actually gone to with this is excellent. And again, like I said, this has to be one of the best manuals I've seen on a cheap RC in quite a long time. Everything is set out properly. There's even exploded diagrams with all the part numbers. And yeah, very, very impressed. So very well done, Pinecone Models. So finally, taking a quick look at the transmitter then. Now this does feel very, very nice to hold. You do get foam around the steering wheel there, which is always a nice addition. It does help you to get a good grip of it. General feel, quite nice. It's quite lightweight. I do actually have the batteries in here already, and it still feels quite nice and lightweight. So I do like this a lot. Obviously, you've got your gyro settings, your steering trim, steering dual rate, throttle reverse, steering reverse, usual stuff that you would see on a transmitter. Now, this is a 4-channel transmitter. You obviously got your throttle and your steering. You can actually switch the lights on and off from there, I believe, and you can adjust what setting you actually want those to be on from the 4th channel as well. So overall, a very nice transmitter. I think that pretty much covers everything that you actually get included in the box. I think there's only one thing left to do, and that is to actually reveal the truck. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now guys, take a look at this thing. It looks absolutely great. I'm sorry, but for the money, can you really get a better looking RC? This thing looks absolutely amazing. There's such a high attention to detail when it comes to the body. I'm very, very impressed with this. You can probably tell, but this is definitely one of the best looking RCs I've ever seen, especially for that price. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is actually take a look at the LED angel eyes. Now, these are adjustable from the transmitter. There's 3 different modes. We're going to stick a battery in the truck very, very quickly, and we're just going to cycle through the different modes, and I'm going to talk about how you actually go about changing them, how you turn them on and off. And I definitely think this is going to be a massive selling point for this truck, because they really do look great. Okay, so as you can see, that is one of the settings you can actually pick, and that's just literally like the red rings. I really, really like that. Really does stand out, and I think that's probably going to be the option I actually opt to go for when I'm running this. We can switch to having just the white LEDs, and it actually turns the red off. Again, that looks quite nice. I really like that. And then we can switch to having both the red and the white LEDs on at the same time. Again, looks really, really good, but I think that looks the best. That's just my opinion, but I really do think just having the red really does look great. Okay, so like I said, you can actually change all these settings using the transmitter. If you press this button here, that will turn the lights on and off, as you can see. And then this is the switch that you use to change your lighting settings and choose which option you want to go for. So this does also have an LED on the back, which again is switchable. As you can see, you can switch that on and off. Now, I think that's another really, really nice little addition, and it does help to really set this truck off. Now, just as you'd expect, the car is fully proportional, both with the steering and the throttle. That is definitely something you would expect on a model like this. It is fully proportional, and it does feature a 17-gram servo, which I believe does have a power output of about 1 kilogram. Okay, so this does come with a plastic chassis. It does feature a foam bumper up the front and a very nice rear splitter as well, which does house the red LED. Okay, so we'll take the body shell off. We'll have a little talk about the electronics. Right, so let's take a quick look at what is going on under the body shell on this brand new brushless SG1603. Now, compared to the brushed version, on this one we've got a 3900 kV brushless motor with a nice blue heatsink. We've got a 25 amp brushless ESC, and that does actually feature your receiver and your LED controller inbuilt into that. It's one of those 3-in-1 units. And what's nice on this is we do have the input for a 3-wire servo. As you can see there, this is a 3-wire servo, not a 5-wire servo. I always like seeing 3-wire servos on cheap RCs because it does help when it comes to upgrading. Just like on the brushed version, we've got exactly the same rally tyres that come pre-fitted on this. And these are quite grippy. I do like the soft compound on these. We've got friction shocks, exactly the same stuff that we see on the last one. Same battery, 1200 milliamp lithium ion battery. Pretty much exactly the same sort of thing that you get on the brushed version, apart from the brushless power system. I think this thing is going to perform great. Right, so I've come to my favourite drift location today. You have seen this place quite a bit. I do like doing drift videos here. Now, we're going to do various different things with the SG1603 today. The first thing we'll do is see how fast it is compared to the stock brush setup. Now, I managed to achieve 15 miles per hour on the stock brush setup, and that was a good few months ago now. Now, I'm hoping we can achieve around about 25 miles per hour on this. It'd be nice to see a 10 mile per hour increase. Once we've done that, we're going to see how it performs on the stock rally tyres. This is how it comes out the box. I've made no adjustments to this at all. We're then going to find out how it performs on the drift tyres as well, the plastic drift tyres, and they do include those for you to test out. So let's get started. We'll see how fast it is, and then we'll see how it drifts. Well, straight away you can feel the difference in power. Very, very nice. Right, just notice there I've got the gyro turned on. I'm just going to turn the gyro down a little bit. One of my favourite features on this is the LED lights. I think they look absolutely great. And the fact that you can change them, you know, switch them up from the transmitter as well. That is one of my favourite features on these SG1603s. So I'm going to take a guess and say we've got 25 miles per hour. Oh, we've got 23 miles per hour. Now that's not too bad. That's a fairly good increase over the stock brush setup. If you was to buy one of these in brushed form, you will get about 15 miles per hour. So 23 miles per hour is not too bad considering this is now brushless. Now the next thing we're going to do is see how this performs on the rally tyres, and we're going to have the gyro turned off to begin with, and then we'll switch it up to halfway and then all the way, and we're going to see how it performs on this surface with these tyres. Right, so I've got the gyro turned all the way off. Let's see how we get on. Now it does feel a little bit twitchy with that gyro all the way off. We've got no help when it comes to stabilisation. Now, these things are so much fun. I said it before in the last video I did, and I'm quite happy to say it again and again and again. I really do think these are, you know, so impressive, especially for the money. You can just have a huge amount of fun for such a cheap price. It does make you wonder sometimes, you know, you don't have to spend an absolute fortune on all those super expensive RCs, because these cheap ones, they really do put a smile on your face. Right, so with the gyro set to halfway, it definitely feels a little bit different, but as you can see there, when the back end kicks out a little bit, The gyro's fighting to get it stable again. Now this is quite a grippy surface, and especially with the tyres, the rally tyres, it's gripping more than I'd like it to, which is why I'm going to fit the drift tyres on in a minute and see how that actually gets on. Right, so I've got the drift tyres fitted. We're going to do exactly the same. We're going to see how it performs with the gyro switched off, then to about halfway, and then all the way up. We're going to see how we get on, so let's do it. Right, so I've got the gyro switched all the way off. See how we get on with this. Well, you have to be quite careful with the throttle. It's definitely hard to try and keep a power slide going without any assistance from that gyro to help keep it stable. It's either that or I'm just very, very bad at RC drifting, which I think, well, I am. There's no denying that. Now guys, I think the sweet spot on this is about the sort of halfway mark, maybe slightly less, about a quarter. But yeah, do you know what? Overall, very impressed with this. Having that extra power definitely comes in handy. We achieved 23 miles per hour on the speed test, which is a nice improvement over the stock brush setup. And I still stand by my original statement, which was this thing is a huge amount of fun for not a lot of money, and I think it is one of the most fun RCs you could probably buy in 2021. Right, so we're going to leave it there today. We've given this thing a good test. We've seen how fast it is. We've tested it out on the rally tyres and the drift tyres. We've also had a little play around with the gyro settings. Be sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of it. Do you prefer this version or do you prefer the brushed version? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest RC content. I absolutely love doing cheap RCs on my channel, so be sure to check out some of my other videos. But yeah, we're going to leave it there today. Very enjoyable little machine. Absolutely love these things. Cheers guys, and I'll see you again soon on the next one. Take care.